Mike, don't fucking say that to me. What an insane thing to say to someone's face. That's crazy. Anyway, welcome to GaS Digital, now the GaS Digital wrap-up show. We switch sides. So hopefully Mike doesn't stray out of the camera. Can we shut the door?
I can't hear
Jorge's
myself.
here on the headphones?
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Welcome to GaS Digital, now the GaS Digital wrap-up show.
It's the Skankfest Recap.
It's the Skankfest Recap. You look forward to it every year. It's like you were there.
Yeah, and we're going to be slating in some key moments that I filmed.
Indeed. That means you're editing this one.
Sure am, and also, boy, did I ever fuck up.
You want to start with that?
A lot of the footage that I recorded cannot be used in my project, my Skankfest project, because the mic was not plugged in all the way.
Yeah, and
I wish Mike was plugged into me all the way.
Either that or my
He
camera
can
didn't
be.
read it. I think column A, column B.
But you said that it worked for other interviews.
Yeah.
So I imagine that it was just like a little loose.
But then why did that also happen when I used the shotgun mic later?
I don't know. Maybe that also wasn't plugged. Maybe you just don't have a sense of what it feels like when it's in all the way.
And to be fair, Mike does leave me a little loose after he uses me.
It's true.
But I'm gonna be referencing some moments that can be slated in that I filmed that can't be used in the project.
Yes, I have some Adobe Audition wizardry, and there were a couple that even I could not fix. This year, Skankfest was the second week of November, and it was in New Orleans, Louisiana. Had you ever been?
No, have you?
I had been once.
Let's hear about it. I'm assuming you went to a casino with your family and went to like a restaurant or something nearby, but I can't imagine what you did there.
That's like a psychic being like, I imagine that you had a dad. No, Mike is saying that because I told him that I went to the casino there. I was, for me and my cousin are a couple days apart, so for both of our 21st birthdays, some family of mine went there. It was like July. And it was unbearably hot. I remember being in that famous cemetery, and it was like 98 degrees out with no shade. It was pretty brutal. So being there in November was incredible, especially compared to Vegas. I've only ever been to Vegas. I did not go to Skankfest Houston. My only experience of Skankfest, so up until this year, had been in Vegas. So the fact that we only had a 2.5 hour flight and that it was like 78 degrees every single day was incredible.
Speak for yourself on the fucking
Flight?
2-hour flight there. Not only did we have a layover on Spirit Airlines, but then it was delayed and we just had to hang out in Dallas. The fuck are we supposed to do in Dallas?
Barbecue? I've been to the Dallas airport.
They
Actually,
had the Cokes Around the World exhibit or whatever at our gate.
Yes, I guess I should speak for myself. I meant also for the time change, the fact that it was only an hour behind.
Was it?
Yes.
It was an hour behind in New Orleans?
Yeah, you thought it was the same time?
I really did. I thought it was east.
No, my laptop never updates, so it was telling me the time in New York when we were in.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Jorge, thoughts?
Yeah, I had a layover in Minneapolis, which
The fuck?
which also was in the different time zone, so I was already used to.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in less of a time change now, actually.
Yeah,
So I got there on Wednesday, which is unusual for me. And on Wednesday, they do a dinner, like an inner circle dinner. The leaders
dinner.
were there. Yeah, like a staff dinner, like a core group. And it was at 7:00 and my flight landed at 7:00. So I was like, I realized there's like a finite number of seats. I'm not going to try to get you to squeeze me in. So I took I go 7:00, probably by like 9:30, 10:00 they'll be done. So I get myself Willie's chicken, but I get fried catfish because that seems like the thing to get there. And I resist getting one of those big, tall slushy drinks. And then I just bar hop on Bourbon Street, and that's the only time I got to really enjoy Bourbon Street the whole weekend.
What'd you think?
It was great. I saw some live music. And it's funny because even in the normal bars, it'll have 3 drink sizes on the bar, and it'll be like a double, a triple, or a 4, which is like a slushy cup. And that's crazy. But saw some live music. One of the bands did Proud Mary, and that was really fun for me. And she was saying that was her grandmother. I don't know if I believe her. But
I think I know someone else who might have actually been her grandmother that sang at the jam.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see. So I met up with them, and they said that the dinner lasted like 4 hours. Like, it was almost 11 o'clock.
Where did they go?
It was a place called Arnaud's.
Renan's?
No, I think it's Arnaud's. French name. And it was like hours later that I finally met up with them. So I'm glad I didn't wait around. But that was cool. Everyone went to bed early. Shout out Sarah. Sarah's my roommate. Not to be confused with Serafina. Because whenever I say Sarah, people think I mean Serafina.
Yeah, and you would assume that this lady's name was Serafina.
That's funny.
And it would be the other way around. Am I right, Jorge?
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I don't know what that
Serafina
means, Michael.
a black name? I don't know.
It's definitely not a white name.
If it was like Serafina, maybe, but like not.
I think if you told me the name Serafina, our Serafina is who I would picture.
What?
Honestly, I swear to God, I've never heard that name before. It's like a mermaid name.
Did you also think her name was Waukesha when you first saw her?
Mike, no one's on your side right now.
Okay.
So shout out Sarah. She works. She's the only GaS fan that follows me on my private account because she was grandfathered in. She was the only GaS fan that was following me on my private account when I made it private, which was like, I don't know, 6 months after working here. And so I felt like I knew her, and she was a really great roommate person to live with. Great energy. So shout out to her. Thursday was an all-day setup. My technical call time was 8 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
Which felt like 9 a.m. because time change.
Jorge, did you end up going on Saturday or Thursday for that call-in time?
No, my flight was on Thursday, and I got in at like 3 something, I believe.
Yeah, we hung out.
Yeah.
Also, Jorge wasn't working.
Yeah, I was free spirit this
Jorge
year.
was a free spirit.
And you're allowed to do that?
Do
well,
what?
No, technically, I was still working, just not officially. Like I was helping out various different things, various different people, various different places.
I don't think that
I
think that'd be very frowned upon if you were actually a free spirit.
I mean, if I stand by, if you were not assigned to, if you didn't agree to volunteer and aren't getting paid, you should not have to report to anybody.
I was a free bodega cat.
Yeah, exactly. If I don't have my name on a list as either a volunteer or a paid employee, then you shouldn't have to do anything. His name was not anywhere. Yeah. You know?
I wanted to try bodega cat while I was there. Never got a chance.
What is that? Is that a tequila?
It's a whiskey. It's Mark Norman and Sam Morrill's whiskey.
Whiskey. Got it. I knew it was theirs. I like the name.
The marquee sponsor of Skankfest.
Yeah, I just thought the bottles were clear. I don't know why I thought that. And also Tony's Tap Water. Terrible name.
Yeah, did you try the fucking Monster?
No, but I've had those before.
They're fucking awful.
Yeah, Faith used to bring them to stuff.
They're terrible.
People like them. I think it was
No, they put me to sleep.
What's his name?
They sped
Rick that was telling me he drank a bunch of those.
Instead of like making me drunker and more energized, it just made me sleepy.
It's not caffeinated.
What?
It's not caffeinated. It just tastes like a Monster.
I thought it was caffeinated.
Can you look that up, Jorge? I think I looked it up and it wasn't caffeinated.
I thought it was like a fucking low.
It should be, given that it comes from Monster.
Thought it was a Four La Boo Boo.
Very good. Yeah, Thursday call time was at 8 o'clock, and who do I see? Bright and early.
Tanner.
But Joe List.
Heyo.
I see Joe List, and I've said this before, so these two have heard me say this before. Selfishly, the best part of Skankfest is saying hey to a comic I know. They don't register that they know me right away, so they give me the very cordial, like, hey, what's up? And then it processes for them that they know me, and they go, hey, what's up? It's good to see you. Joe List did that to me at like 9 a.m. Thursday. I go, what are you doing here? I didn't ask him right away. I just picked up on the fact that he was filming a very professional documentary with very high-tech equipment and a team of probably like 6 people.
They were great.
They were great. They were all really cool. One of the nights he let me have some of his catering for his team.
Nice.
Which was very nice.
One of the observations I made was that they did a great job of blending in and not taking over, because that was a concern of mine, that they were just going to get in the way of everything. Yeah. Instead, they just kind of went with the festival, which definitely helped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they only actually helped me get more interviews, because it felt like comics were more in interview mode.
That's 100% true. I think Nick Mullen asked you that. He's like, what is this for Joe's documentary? During Crack-A-Miko and the Palmer Squares going up before the last jam Sunday night, I was standing behind their like command center with like a switcher of like 8 shots. And I was like, this is the best seat in the house, because it's like close up, high quality footage of like what was going on live downstairs. I was like, it's like I'm right in the front row.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was good to see Joe that first morning. I was setting up my room. The location was great. I don't know what kind of venue it used to be, but it was along the water. So there was a lot of outside stuff, like fair carnival rides outside and along the water, stuff like that.
Did they bring those in, or were they just there? I felt like they brought those in.
I feel like, Jorge, do you know?
The rides?
Yeah.
The rides they brought in.
That's what it seemed like.
And then also there was an indoor room, which maybe someone has a picture of, that looked like an outside bayou fucking plantation at night. And it had little bridges with river, what I called the Disney World room. Downstairs where it looked like night.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like kind of like a vestibule area almost for like the fans, where there was some like vendors and things.
Yeah, you could buy liquor there, or you could buy drinks there.
There was some food for the patrons of the festival.
Yeah, the tattoo stand was there.
Everyone was saying it looked like Dylan actually said it looked like a rainforest cafe.
Yes, exactly. I called it the Disney World area, because it looked like a ride or like some sort of like indoor themed thing.
And it had a fake sky.
And a fake sky, yeah, a night sky. That room was pretty cool. There was a tent outside, was one of the venues, and then there was the big room, which had way more seating than we normally have.
Holy shit, did that put everything into perspective?
It was crazy. During the first Story Wars, I don't know if that's come out yet, but Sam Tallent was on it, and he goes,
It does not.
I won't spoil the rest of it, but he goes, they're all so fat and they have to walk so much.
Yeah, Lewis was like, the chief complaint was not enough chairs, so we got you fat assholes more chairs. And he was like, I even saw people walking around the festival this time bringing their own chairs. He's like, guys, we have enough this time. And then Mark Norman goes, no, that was Fiona Cawley.
That's funny. I did not know who she was before this. Did you?
Yeah, from Kill Tony. She was at the Madison Square Garden Kill Tony show.
I know she just did like one of the Tonight shows.
Really?
Yeah, because Zach said it in his Naked Roast opening speech, and then her set from that show was recommended to me on YouTube the next day.
She's great.
She seemed great. She seemed like a good hang. A joke is formulating in his head, but he couldn't land it.
Nope, I just thought of someone who I saw really striking up a conversation with her at a bar that I can't mention.
Can I know it?
Yeah.
Who? We're gonna hit your cough button. Oh, got it. Okay. He's handsome though. I'll give him that. So like fair enough, but anyway, so yeah, Thursday night. I actually have a little bit of time after setting up to settle. I meet up with Jorge. We hang out in the hotel for a bit. I kick Jorge out so I can like get changed and get ready. I bought a slutty outfit for the occasion.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, everyone made fun of me.
No, they didn't make fun of you.
They're like, who is this whore? What the fuck are you wearing? I mean, I know that they liked it, otherwise they wouldn't have said anything. But people said that I looked good and whorish, which was the goal. I was wearing pants, by the way. It was just the top half that was revealing. There was Yeah, I hardly went inside for the kickoff party. I did manage to squeeze my way in.
Who were you, Shannon and what's her face? Lindsay.
It's just when you peeked inside, it was packed like sardines.
Sardinis.
I'm gonna call him that next time. So yeah, I caught a little bit of Story Wars, and then I hung out outside where the green room liquor tent was.
Who was on? It was Dave Smith,
Nick Mullen, and Sam Tallent.
It
was great. It was really good.
Your boy.
Which one?
Brave Smith.
Oh, Dave. Yeah. That was great. And then I left for the bar. Just kidding. I left for the rap. Other people went to a bar. I called it in relatively early. What thoughts do you have about there's this girl that was talking to me and asked to do a shot with me in the booth, and then she ended up being on the Naked Roast.
Hell yeah.
So like during the Naked Roast, I couldn't tell because I was pretty far. I was up in the balcony pretty far away, and then they say her name again. I go, I met her. Yeah. We met in the green room. She did a shot with me.
I drank with Che Arena.
That's cool.
Jorge, have you ever done that?
I have not.
You should.
And then I drank with Dom, who was getting...
Dom was getting
liquored
lit
up
this weekend. We should have had him here for this. We should have.
It was so funny. I swear, first night he had 7 tequilas.
Dom thought that the bartender was hitting on him, and then she got engaged during the festival. That's a good one. I like that.
I think I filmed that.
Did you?
Because I was interviewing Dan St. Germain. We'll cut it in here because I was interviewing Dan St. Germain, and then in the middle of it, there was a proposal.
It's funny because...
And then he goes, just use the proposal part.
Attention, please!
Well, there that goes.
I brought 2 of my very best friends here from South Florida to volunteer for Skankfest, and I think one of them has a question that he'd like to ask. Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! You see,
because he said that he did his podcast in the booth where I work. If you guys aren't familiar, my job is to record podcasts privately. There's a booth where people can like reserve the space for their show, and he did his, and you came in and were talking about it. He's like, just use that part. So yes, Jorge, thoughts on Thursday? Oh, Mike and the crew got there like midway through the kickoff party because of their long voyage.
That's correct.
Jorge?
With Danny Braff.
You have nothing to add to that, Michael?
The kickoff party was
I mean your travel experience with the GaS Digital crew.
Oh, it was the best. We all were Becca
Except
was
for the one thing.
What was that?
That it was that the trip itself was awful.
Yeah, but I mean,
but it was a good hang.
Nice. It was nice sitting next to Karen on the plane. She was very polite.
Yeah, I bet Karen's a good hang for the flight.
Becca was running her Naked Roast jokes to Danny.
We're both too gassy.
Dom really wanted Dom was in charge of food.
Okay.
He really chose all the restaurants. He was like looking at the menus and being like, I want to eat here, or I don't want to eat here.
I like that.
And when we were laid over in Nashville, we went to... No, it wasn't Nashville. It was Dallas. When we were laid over in Dallas, we... I don't know. This is boring. We just went to We went to a restaurant.
Cute.
The most interesting thing was Becca was running her roast jokes to Danny.
Yeah.
But fun. It was nice connecting with the crew.
Yeah.
First thing... Let's see. What did I have?
For Thursday or for Friday?
I don't have anything for Thursday because I got there so late.
Yeah, we can wrap Thursday.
Shout out to the fans I went out to eat with afterwards.
Hell yeah.
Jorge didn't have a hotel. He was literally like, he was the real bodega cat.
Nah, man, I was all over. But I had a good night Thursday night. Ended up bouncing between various different groups of fans and friends and comics, and it was really, Really good time.
Cute.
Shout out everybody. Shout out. That was my first experience on Bourbon Street, and it was probably out of all the nights the best one.
Yeah, because you hadn't worn yourself down into the ground yet.
No, just because it was
the most hang.
Everybody, like, so many people were there, but not necessarily, because it ended up being outside the strip club for a while, and there was a bunch of people who were leaving, so then instead of leaving, everybody just hung out in front of the strip club.
Yeah.
And so it was a nice big hang.
I passed the strip club while I was bar hopping Wednesday night. I know where it was, so it makes sense that that would be a place to hang.
A fun thing that happened was Fega sensed a fight a brewing, and so he started walking the opposite direction, and so everybody's like, why is he going this way? And so then we started following him, and maybe 15, 20 seconds later, the horse cops start trotting over to where the fight was breaking out. And
not the horse cops.
Yeah, that was pretty adorable. And we're like, how the fuck did he figure that out?
Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to his next sixth sense.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Because no, it's Saturday night, but we'll talk about that.
I also have a Saturday Night Vegas story.
Oh yeah, well I was just gonna say, didn't Young Gravy also show up to the strip club the first night?
He did. Everyone was buzzing that Young Gravy was gonna be there. He was only there for the strip club.
And then Harrington was like, it would be funny if he was on Story Wars and like all of his stories rhymed.
That's funny. Yes. All right, Friday.
By the way, our hotel, me and Dom's floor flooded, completely flooded.
All of the floors flooded. But
what the fuck was that?
Someone hung a hanger with clothes on the sprinkler in their room. You know, the thing that says "Do not hang clothes here." Like, it literally explicitly states not to do that, and it sets off the sprinklers.
That's what happened?
That's what I heard. I didn't catch it.
I thought it was Katrina Part 2.
No, there was, when we got back Thursday night, there was a fire truck in front. So I assume it also signals the fire station.
Damn.
And there were fans in everybody's hallways at different points in the weekend. So it started with you guys, and then it went down to our floor.
And it stunk.
Yeah.
It stunk like wet carpet.
Yeah, exactly. So that was bright and early, first time. Friday.
Oh, we have a lot. Let me see. Let me check my notes. I think, was it Friday or Saturday? I think it might have been Saturday. Let's see. What do I have? Well, first of all, Gio Perez's and Tim McLaughlin's brothers both showed up.
Gio's brother got the handsome genes. It's funny when you see them next to each other and you're like, you can tell that they're related, but one of them got the genes more than the other, and it's not Gio. Sorry, Gio.
I said to Jorge, I was like, he looks like Puerto Rican Justin Silver, or also known as Justin Silver.
That's funny. Chris Fega on his show a couple days later was like, that guy was handsome. I would fuck that guy. I think it was on Goon. I recorded 4 episodes, I believe, that day. I got History for Foos, Felipe Esparza, and Butch. I forget his last name. I met Butch first. He was very cool. I got Great Hang with Micah and Tim.
Hell yeah.
I got, what else did I get?
Tim McLaughlin got shithouse that night.
Did he?
He was
funny.
Literally looked like me, where he was looking with one eye open.
That's funny.
He was like,
I forget who else I had. Goddamn, I have my notes out there, but actually, my phone's on me. I have my actual schedule. But yes. Keep going. Anyway, I recorded a bunch of shows, but I will say the one thing I caught that day, if you have nothing. Bro.
What is he doing?
Bro. You realize you're on camera, right?
So what?
That's
Who
crazy.
Gives a shit?
It's crazy to openly pick your nose
How about
on
suck
camera
my fucking dick
when you're like half of the screen. Whee! Okay, Friday. Oh, Ryan Shaner. I got the end with Mike Cannon. That was cool.
Oh, sick.
We were supposed to have Bennington. He was on the schedule, but it ended up being used for High Society Radio.
I thought that was Saturday.
No, that was Friday.
We don't necessarily have to go in super.
Because then they did on Sunday. Either way, the one thing that I was able to catch by some miracle were the fights, and that was GMike and Josh Sussman.
The Sussverse.
I It's so funny. It's hard to visualize GMike without his mustache. So he came in with headgear, and I go, what if that's not GMike? Like, I couldn't tell right away for certain that it was GMike. But then I saw Rachel off to the side. I go, no, that's GMike. And it was weirdly well matched.
Oh, yeah, I heard it was almost a draw.
It was a draw. They decided to make it a tie.
Josh said that he should have won.
I mean,
Josh should have won.
GMike also says that he should have won. So it's tough you can't listen to someone who was in the fight.
As someone who wasn't in the fight but watched the fight and has watched plenty of fights, Josh won. Barely, but he won.
It was close.
It should not have been as high.
It was very close.
It's not any of their expertises.
No, definitely not. Although Josh definitely knew kind of what he was doing.
Yeah, there's some jujitsu that translates, but only so much can, since there's a lot of wrestling involved.
Yeah, for sure. They kept getting wrapped around each other, and Jason Ellis kept being like, "You're not wrestling. Stop hugging. Get off each other." So that was a very lucky, fortunate fight I got to see. That was pretty cool. Then night time, or are there any specific things from Friday that you want to get to?
I don't think so.
Okay. The naked roast.
There was speaking of Thursday, there was that video that guy made.
Oh yeah. There was a guy that came out outside and was like, anything that white people do is celebrated, and anything that black people do is bad. What the fuck is this? Skankfest. Look at that line outside. It's all white people. And white people can get away with it. It sounds like someone that would be a guest on Godfrey.
True.
And he's like, GMike told me that one of his examples was that he zoomed in on GMike. But I didn't confirm this. But yes. So Friday night, naked roast. I was pretty fortunate. Oh, we did the last episode of Dark Holes Friday night. Oh no, that was Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Wait, they did the last episode?
All my 10 PMs were easy. It was like fate landed in my lap, and I did not have to be anywhere past 10 p.m. any of the nights, even though technically that's a slot. Saturday night, Che did the last episode of Dark Holes, and it was like a tight half hour. I was done by like 10:18. So it was pretty chill, pretty fortunate that I was able to partake in some partying and go to the naked roast and the jam every night. So Friday night naked roast.
Yeah, it was pushed. Everything was pushed back.
It was really long.
And
Zach was fucked up.
Yeah, it was funny because they said on TTI, they were like, Ian and Sydney Gant reported ghost sightings at the Royal Senescent. I'm like, is Ian sure that wasn't just Zach Amico hammered?
That's funny. No, Zach is solid.
I heard that they had to like pull him out of the sofa.
I imagine they would have had to do that regardless of how drunk he was, because those like Temu couches that they got were very comfortable, but they were very deep and close to the ground.
But Ian literally had to like drag him back to the hotel room.
Yeah, the thing about pulling him out of the couches was during the naked roast, Chris Vega, who was also naked, had to like fully get in front of Zach and hoist him to get him out of this. It was pretty funny. It was an incredible visual gag. And Becca went up and fucking crushed. Am I giving her too much credit?
I didn't see the naked roast first night.
Jorge,
I don't imagine you ever really see the naked roast. But,
what the fuck?
Jorge, am I giving Becca too much credit because I know her, or did she crush?
No, she did great.
Yeah.
There was...
I think it was or it wasn't a tie, but everyone went, she won, I think. But they said...
It was a great battle, especially considering I think the first or second battle was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, not as bad as the first one, the second run.
Yeah.
But there was a pretty bad one in this one, which I think was right before them. Mm-hmm. If you're not so familiar with roast battles, sometimes both of them suck and it's impossible to watch. And sometimes someone sweeps and then sometimes they're both great. So all of the judges were like, Becca won, but that guy was great also. I will shout out what Becca said when she came up, because Zach gave her a big introduction because he knows her. And he's talking about how autistic she is and how she can't make eye contact. And she comes out and she's like, "You're right, I'm terrible at making eye contact, but the alternative is so much worse." And that really got me. Zach was decorated as Shrek, by the way. And he came out to a mashup of The Black Parade and All-Star by Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
And that was pretty incredible, too. The fight was good. All the fights were good, rather.
I was at
Battles.
Scuffed Realtor.
Yeah, what is that? I saw it on the calendar.
That's Nick Rochefort's show where they just like get like submissions of like people's houses and then they roast the houses.
That's funny. That's a great concept.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I
Sam
met
Tallent
him.
was on it.
I met Nick Rochefort this weekend.
He's the man.
He was very nice. He went like heavy with the jokes at me right away, which was like he shook my hand and then did like a where he like held on too long. And he's like, "I do that to women to assert dominance," or something like that, which was funny. But yes, and then the jam, because the Naked Roast went so fucking long, the jam had to be like 45 minutes.
And Maddie Smith still crushed though. Shout out Maddie.
Maddie crushed. Caroline was telling me that Maddie wanted to do a different song and that Josh wouldn't let her.
Yeah, she wanted to do Love Shack.
I think Love Shack would have been awesome, and
Yeah.
instead she did You Oughta Know by Alanis Morissette, which I always think someone should do at the jam. I don't think I've ever seen it at Skankfest before, and I'm like, that would be an incredible song because everyone knows it.
That's one of your favorite songs.
Yeah, I love that album. And
That's a classic Gas Digital clip of you talking about that song.
I don't remember why. What was the context? I don't remember that either. Either way, Maddie crushed. She's actually a really good singer. And Ian went up in a dress, and that was fun. I forget what he sang. And it was very light on attendance because it was so late, and Josh was kind of mad. But
It was Josh's birthday as well,
it was literally Josh's birthday,
which was quite celebrated at the strip club after.
Yes, and Josh
Mama.
made the following jam like his birthday show because that one was so small. But also
Yeah.
Josh, I think I was standing next to Rachel, GMike's girlfriend, and I go, Josh is like, "I'm 46," and I go, his age changes every time you ask him.
Does
As
it?
someone who used to be his producer, I think he's actually no. I think the highest that I've ever heard him say was 46. So I trust him. Justin does the same thing. But yes. So that was it for that.
Jeez, I wonder why that show didn't work out.
Wait, Jorge, did we do anything that night? You went to the strip club?
Yeah, I was chaperoning Becca afterwards because she was sauced. And
Oh,
so
yes.
so all the Naked Roast people ended up going to the strip club,
I'm sussin'.
and that was a fun time.
I must have walked back alone in that case. I remember walking back. The venue and the hotel were like half a mile from each other, so that was great. So I did a lot of walking. But yeah, I must have come back alone. Or maybe I met up with Sarah. I don't remember. Either way, we can go to Saturday.
Saturday was the heavy hitting.
Do you have nothing to add, Michael?
All of my stuff is mainly for Saturday.
Huh.
Well, let's hear it. You
Okay.
can take the lead on Saturday.
First off, the Jeremiah Watkins moment in the Florida Man
just
tent
tell me
was
about that.
legendary. Maybe one of the highlights of Skankfest. And I didn't really witness it. I saw him directly afterwards, but I didn't really witness it. Which
Right.
was, so it's like a tent that's not in the venue itself, but on the grounds.
Yeah,
Where all the
outside where
vendors
the
are.
vendors and the rides are, but it is considered one of the stages.
Yeah, think
one
like
of the
a
4 stages.
wedding tent.
Yeah, exactly.
But full of comedy fans and a stage. And he went up, and someone was like checking their phone. He's like, "What the fuck? Hey, get off your phone. What are you doing?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm checking the schedule to go to something else." And he was like, "You know what? Get up on stage." And he like pulled them on stage because he was obviously very pissed that they said that. And so he took their phone, he called their hotel that they were at, and he canceled their reservation at their hotel room.
Yeah,
Which is so funny.
yeah, that's very funny.
And apparently, I guess he found out that he had come with his grandma, and he's like, "Why the fuck did you come with your grandmother to this?"
That's good.
And
So you heard
he had
about
a
it-
very hot set.
Yeah, you heard about it from him, or you heard about it from somebody else?
I think Danny Braff.
Got you. Yeah, Saturday, what did I do? What did I see? I didn't catch the fight I wanted to see, which was Jake and Harrington. And goddamn, I gotta check my photos.
Saturday was the Jake Harrington fights.
I missed that.
Also, I spent my a lot of Saturday afternoon walking around various people. Got a little bit of do-rag before the fights.
Nice, love it. I actually went to the Skanks that day where Sam
Do-rag
Tallent
ruled.
sat behind the drum set and did little drum flourishes the entire episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty great. I liked that. Oh, there was a proposal. Someone proposed to his girlfriend on stage.
Yeah.
She went up to do like a game, and then on the screen it was like, hey dummy, so-and-so wants to marry you. And then
Hey, stupid, Jake wants to marry you.
Yes, exactly. And were the other two people plants? Because what would they have done if one of them won?
The other two were random.
That's crazy because the first one was so easy. And what if that person had just won right away?
Well, it doesn't matter. Winning didn't matter. The first two didn't matter. It was just the third one that had like a set thing.
Right. But what I'm saying is if the first person had gotten their stupid phrase or whatever.
What was the game for people who weren't there?
It was gibberish that you had to find out what it was saying.
And they were supposed to win money or something?
They were supposed to win money. That's what I'm saying. If it was like if one of you gets it right, you win $1,000.
Worst case scenario, then Lewis is out $1,000.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or Body Brain Coffee, I should say.
Right. So that was a great episode. It was very cute.
Did you guys have it was actually really good. The Body Brain Coffee that was at the tent.
More than here?
I haven't mixed it right here, but when it was in its element, in its form, when it's supposed to be, I enjoyed it.
Maybe it's
and they did iced versions too.
Yeah, maybe
awesome.
the iced is better. I did not have any.
It was great. I love the booth. The other thing.
Are we not going to talk about the Jake? Did neither of you guys see the Jake Harrington fight?
No, talk about it. Put your camera on too.
Oh my God.
Let me guess. Let me guess who won.
No, let Jorge talk about it. Put your camera on.
Get in here.
Did you guys do anything at this festival?
Get in here.
I worked the whole time.
I'm just kidding.
I worked the whole time.
Nah, get him in here.
Put your fucking camera on, dude.
No, I'm just getting there.
Okay.
So that way Michael doesn't have to keep looking back at me.
True. Good point.
It's
Jorge. Woo!
And this is GaS
Games. Getting your shot, King.
Gymnast.
Gymnast. Let's hear about this Jake Harrington fight.
So Jaketh versus Harrington. The fights leading up to it were interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All the gimmick fights this year were very fun.
Yeah.
I heard there was a taser fight.
Yeah, the taser fight was crazy. There was a guy who choked out another guy, which was awesome.
Was that supposed to happen?
No.
You get kicked out of the festival for that.
No.
But if it's in the ring, I feel like it's allowed.
I mean, technically not allowed, but now I guess there's a rule against it because that's kind of easy out if you can get that to happen.
Yeah,
but
I feel like Lewis would get really annoyed that happened.
No, because it was sick. Because nobody was expecting it.
Oh,
it was like such an out of left field.
It's weird what he'll approve of and what he won't approve of.
And it's not like that's not something. It's not like the guy asked permission to. It was really they were fighting, and then he just went. Nyong.
Yeah.
So, good on him.
He pulled a President Awesome. Never mind.
From what?
Karate Combat.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Judson brings it up all the fucking time that he was in the crowd for that fight.
Got it. Let's go. Let's make take your shoes off references on this show. That's what the people want to hear.
That's your podcast, you idiot.
Yeah, that is Jorge. That's secretly the name of Jorge's podcast. Just take your shoes off.
No, because he looks like the fucking host of Take Your Shoes Off.
Oh, did I say take your shoes? What the fuck is this show called?
Close the door behind you. I thought you were making a dig at Close the Door Behind You.
Yeah, I was.
On purpose.
I was.
But but it turns out you're the host of that show.
Damn, might be.
Let's hear about this
Sorry,
fight.
Rick. So plenty of hype leading up to this fight. A pretty divided crowd.
Really?
Not really, but also Jake had a small legion of people.
Legion of skanks?
Yes.
Who just purely don't like Harrington after years of abuse from his producing.
Cherry-picking fights.
Right.
And
abuse from his
That's a funny way to put it.
And so we're getting into it, and I had faith in Jake going into the fights this year until the night before at the strip club at 3 something a.m. After a day of eating pizza and drinking, I run into him he hate me and Josh Adam Myers partying
Uh-huh.
in a way that I'm like, oh, he has a fight in less than
12
10 hours.
Yeah.
This isn't what you should be doing before a fight. So then at that point, I was like, anytime somebody asked me, I was like, Jake, in theory, Jake could pull off a miracle, but after what I saw the last 24 hours, I don't know.
Did you see the text that Harrington sent him?
No.
Where he was like,
He posted it on his story
yeah,
after.
time to make the donuts or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised that Harrington won it handedly.
Well, I'm not surprised, but like,
The humping was pretty surprising.
no, that shit was awesome. He deserved to play around with Jake.
I agree.
Both can be true. It can be surprising
Yeah,
and
I loved it.
appropriate.
But Jake, I'm surprised Jake lasted as long as he did.
Okay.
I think the slip early on, the controversial slip,
Controversial slip.
I think it was a slip, but also if they would have called it there, I think it would have been better for both of them because then it would have been an early enough stoppage to create more controversy.
Right. And they
And-
wouldn't have died.
And they wouldn't have died. Jake wouldn't have been more embarrassed because it was nice that he went so long, but at the same time, it wasn't
he
a
didn't look
quality
good
fight.
at the end.
What
Yeah.
happened?
He wasn't fighting properly.
No, what was
Yeah.
the slip?
So they were going towards the edge of the ring,
Keep going. I just need to check something.
and he slipped on like the canvas, and so he went into the ropes for like half a second, and so Harrington, a lot of people wanted to consider that like, oh, he's out, he got knocked out or whatever.
Are you not allowed to touch the ropes?
Well, no, it's because he fell into it after getting hit.
Oh.
So they wanted to count that as a knockout, but no, I don't know. It wasn't a quality fight all around. Harrington looked good, but that's because he was essentially playing against it. He was playing Papa Shot against a toddler.
Damn. I was gonna tell Jake you said
Jake was fighting terribly. He rarely had his guard up. Every time he punched, he would punch with his whole body and lead with his head. So he kept getting hit in the head.
And he would telegraph the shots, probably.
Yeah, he was not good at
But
all.
Barbosa was teaching him. Barbosa.
Oh,
both
look
of
who
you-
it is. Not Jake, but it is Sussman out there.
Oh.
Should we have him come on and talk about his fight?
Yeah.
Get in here.
Get in here.
Get in here.
Welcome to the Susverse.
Get in here.
Look, he's got his new fucking coat on.
We moved
Oh,
on.
everything.
We moved on, but talk about your fight. We mentioned it. It's the only fight I got to see besides the.
What was the only fight worth seeing?
I agree.
Damn.
No, the Royal Rumble.
Why is he
was sick.
swagged out? He looks
He
like
is pretty
he just
swagged
won
out.
a fight.
Well, this is the first time we've seen him since it's been cold.
Yes.
God damn.
So that's why he has a coat. Get in here. All right.
I'm always cold, so I'm happy to have the excuse to finally dress
Yeah.
warm.
Apparently you think that you should have won, and you think it's bullshit that it was called it a tie.
I've come back around to it, I want to
Okay.
give respect where respect is due.
You looked great. You seemed like you knew your shit.
Thank you. I knew at least one thing. It's like the fighting game where you just know like one combo and you just
Yeah.
spam that over and over. That was my entire strategy going
Yeah.
in. into it.
I mentioned how Jason Ellis was like, "You're not wrestling. Stop hugging each other." But yeah, what was your favorite part of the fest besides that?
But also, what do you think of GMike?
Dude,
as an
GMike, he
opponent.
brought it. He
did.
Yeah.
I think we were surprised. Was it just me?
What
that was
was his
surprised?
better, his stand-up or his fighting?
Oh, his stand-up, dude. He killed it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
Incredible.
ChatGPT did a great job for GMike stand-up.
Ah, that's fine.
Boo. Give
But
him his
also
credit.
could be true.
Yeah, but who cares? He did the thing. I think you should have won, Josh.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I
I mean,
also
I
think
think
you
it
should've
wasn't a
won.
great fight, but the way you connected more, kind of more because of your length, and you're able to just get those shots off.
How do you know about its length?
Oh, trust me, I investigate every intern in here. But no, you're connecting on plenty of shots. You didn't seem as tired, so you were able to like keep your guard more and bounce around a little bit, as opposed to GMike, who was sort of tired himself out and was not getting off quality. He was getting off shots, but they weren't quality.
I liked that Lewis was like, "We have to think about how much this must hurt for GMike. It's like fighting a bunch of pencils."
I didn't hear that. That's
It
great.
was great. It made me laugh. But yeah, what was your favorite moment from the fest other than that?
Honestly, I think the Royal Rumble and the stun gun wrestling
The
were
Royal Rumble was fun. That was the only other fight that I saw. But
The
I only
Royal
caught
Rumble.
the first half of it. Good shit. What would you do differently next year?
What would I do differently next year? This was my first Skankfest, and so I had heard mixed reviews.
There's a lot of
Mixed reviews.
There were a lot of firsts.
Yeah, I mean, I had heard
mixed reviews.
very
mixed
positive
reviews,
things.
but also people who work there will come back and be like, "I was sick
Fire
for
them.
5 days afterward."
Fire them
I assume that's
immediately.
what you mean,
Yeah,
or you just
or
mean people.
more so mixed.
Insubordination.
Like people loved it, but always I heard like, "Oh yeah, but X, Y, and Z weren't great." Standing only or
Okay,
whatever.
Right. Sure.
Not mixed.
them.
Yeah. So high reviews.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure.
Don't fire me.
No, you're not getting fired for
Not
this.
you, them.
There were a lot of
Subordinates.
There were a lot of firsts this year. Karen, John, you, Serafina, Caroline, Dom. That's a lot.
I just assume there's very high turnover at GaS.
Yes, that's actually true. That's actually true. Although for us, I mean, for me, this is my 4th, and for them, each 5th. So
Jorge was at Houston.
yeah, he didn't work here yet, but he was there.
So how does it rank? I guess you guys probably talked about
I
this
would
already.
say no. We haven't gotten to that yet. We were going chronologically.
I was gonna say Skankfest 2, this one in Houston,
What's Skankfest 2? New York?
Vegas. Sorry, Vegas.
Second
2.
year Vegas?
Yeah.
I'm going to go first year Vegas this year, second year Vegas last year. That's how I'd rank them.
Actually, that's not true because Shane wasn't at Vegas too.
And you were traumatized Vegas 1. I was not traumatized
So maybe Vegas 3.
I would... No. I mean...
Are you basing your whole Skankfest opinion based off Shane Gillis?
No.
That's crazy. Yeah, because last
That's what
year...
I heard.
Yeah.
Last year was 108 degrees.
Because
every
he
day.
said the only Skankfest he likes were Houston, the last Vegas, and this one, which are the ones that Shane were at.
Yeah, pretty much. No, my first one, nothing will compare to my first year. It was the first time I had ever partied like that. Or been a celebrity.
I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed by Bastard Radio
This year?
when it was at Vegas too.
It did suck.
But yeah, this one was great. I liked the location of this one a lot. I liked that it wasn't 100 degrees every day.
That was great. That was a good plus.
And also my job gets easier every year. Like I just streamline it out because that's a lot of the stress is like fitting people in and like getting them their files and stuff. Whereas this year I found it easier.
Was it because of the new gear?
Yes, the new gear made a big
Ooh.
difference. But yeah.
The new gear blimp.
Did you get it up to any debauchery?
I was surprisingly debauchery free. Generally at these events, I cut loose and I go a little too wild. And
Was it because of your fight?
Or was it
Yeah,
'cause-
in part.
or was it because of your wife?
That's true.
She was no, it wasn't even. She came late Friday night.
Did
and
anyone recognize her?
A couple people did.
Has it been noted on air that Josh's wife played the TBS
On the Friday night hang.
person? Yeah. So
But
that's
not
a
everyone
little.
listens to that.
Yeah, that's a little scoop for you guys. Is that Josh's wife played the
Big
TBS.
reveals, big
Yeah,
reveals.
yeah. So she was great at having a glass of wine and taking furious notes. But did she have fun?
Yeah, she had a blast. It was a very unique experience. She didn't come in a comedy fan. They're still learning about comedy in Switzerland. So.
That's okay. We'll get her on board. She'll bring it back to them.
Oh yeah.
Good shit. Anything else you guys want to ask Josh while he's here?
Speaking of the fights, so this leads into my next story.
Are you busy? We just pulled you in for no reason.
Yeah. I should probably. I'm doing the
Okay.
Friday
Okay.
night hang.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, good. Get on
Yeah,
that. Thanks for
get on
coming.
that.
For
He
sure.
texted me that he wanted to be on air.
Oop.
Ooh.
Well, we got you.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
You can
I
head out.
appreciate it. I'm glad I could share my side of the story.
Doing
Thank
the
you for
rounds.
coming. It was great. You did.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Matan Evan
Oh
was at
yeah.
Skankfest.
Fist him.
There we go.
Fist me, bro. Matan Evan was at Skankfest this year, and
And Mike.
yeah, and Mike, he pulled a couple of pranks.
Yeah.
One including throwing a chunk of ice in the ring during one of the female fights.
Yeah, and also opening a window during someone's set.
Really?
Yeah, and just like bringing the loud noise from outside into the room.
I didn't know about that. I know about
That's hilarious.
he threw bread at Rich Voss and got yelled at by Rebecca.
I hate pranks. So the fact that he was just in character being a cunt the whole time, don't like that.
But that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the shtick.
Yeah, I hate it. I think it's a bad. It makes you annoying as a person.
Well, what do you think of the Mike Cannon prank?
That was funny.
That's Matan.
Oh, that one. Well, yeah, fair enough. I thought you meant that Mike Cannon tried to smooch Mike on the mouth.
Well, no, that wasn't him. So here's what happened. So Matan started doing a thing where he would walk. It was Saturday night. We were hanging out in the green room. Matan keeps bringing over different comedians, being like, "Have you met Mike Cannon? This is famous comedian Mike Cannon."
You don't know Matan? No, Mike Cannon. I'm glad this went as well as
that's Mike.
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you guys.
Excellent.
I'm filming this.
Stop doing that.
Why? And it would be people who knew Mike Cannon. They're like, yeah, I know Mike. Or like, just like people who don't know comedy that well. And then he'd be like, he has a new show on GAF Digital. And he kept doing it. Like, he would bring groups of people over to be like, you have to meet Mike Cannon, my friend Mike Cannon. He is genius. And then
I wonder if Mike's going to talk about that on Fart Carnival.
in the middle of Matan doing that, Mike Feeney comes over, and to his partner Mike, he like goes in and gay chickens him by trying to give him a smooch, and Mike like broke character for a second and like ducked away.
Yeah, but he
And it
didn't
was
speak.
So funny. No, I did see Shane Gillis bully Matan into trying to make him do his real voice. Which
I
is
like
really
that.
Great.
That's like, and reference I make all the time, it's like Nardwar interviewing Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say the other person who was being a cunt was Shane Gillis during the Naked Roast heckling people.
Was he?
Loudly from the balcony. I was like, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. And I turn
Whoa,
around and
clip it.
And I turn around and it's Shane Gillis. I'm like, well, I can't exactly tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can.
Because I heard Nate at first.
What was he
Marshall.
heckling? I didn't even see that.
I don't remember. It was just like Tallent being like, you're ugly. Show us your tits again. Turn this way. But it was like while it's like during the battle. Like not while they were being judged. And I was like, what a fucking jackass. And then I turn around and it's Shane Gillis. And
No,
I'm
that's
like,
pretty
well,
funny.
I mean, I can't. He's the king here. He's the crown prince of Skankfest. I
Yeah.
can't exactly
Hey.
tell him
Yeah,
to shut the fuck up.
My assessment is
Lewis is the king, obviously.
my assessment of Skankfest that the two most popular people there this year were Shane Gillis and Serafina. Everybody wanted a piece of both of them.
True.
no matter
That's
where they
very
were.
true.
Me too.
Whoa.
But yeah, Matan still refused. He was like, "No, I was born in Los Angeles. This is just how I sound." He's like, no one from Los Angeles sounds like that, dude.
Yeah.
Do your real voice." And
Yeah.
he wouldn't do it, but he was this close to. I saw there was like a flash on his face where he almost didn't. He
That's
almost
funny.
did his regular voice. I watched it. One of the other things. That first night, set Friday night, I went out to the casino with Nate Marshall and Lemaire Lee.
You did.
After they had gone to like another bar and they were already shit hammered, and
Shit hammered.
I wish Mike would hammer my shit in.
I met Aiden. Did you get to meet Aiden,
Who's Aiden?
the Wigger showrunner of the
Yeah,
Knick
that's
Knack
my
stage?
boy from the Creek in the Cave, Austin.
Yeah, he's from
shout out
Creek and
Aiden.
Cave. Yeah, he's the man.
He's great. I worked with him the last few years in Vegas. Love that guy.
He's the
Yeah.
man, and we went to the casino with him, and we were like, because Nate was like fucking with him, and so I would just like to fuck with Nate back and be like, I would chant like Aiden rules, like I'm just like getting on Aiden's side whenever Nate would like try to fuck with him.
That's funny.
Lemaire would go to this is basically my experience at the casino. Nate being almost belligerently incoherent, barely able to walk, and then Lemaire going to a blackjack table and being like, "I want to play poker." All right, hit. Like he wouldn't leave the table. I'm like, if you can go to the poker, no one's stopping you from going to the poker table.
Yeah. Did anyone win anything?
On Saturday night when I went out to eat with Nate, he found like at least like $100 worth of poker chips in his pocket that
No
he didn't realize he
shit.
had, or casino chips.
Right. Real quick, do you have a heart out at 3:30?
No.
Because it's 3:30.
Oh, okay. A couple of other things.
Can we, if it's after that, can we talk about the jam on Saturday?
Yeah, of course.
The jam was great. The closest I got to, it was Skanks was at like 10 o'clock on Saturday.
What was that? Was Sam Tallent drumming?
That was Sam Tallent drumming, yes. I I caught that one. That was pretty fun. Did acid, didn't hit me. So I was pretty much sober that night. And which is fine. That's okay. Good hang. The jam was way better than the night before. I remember Jorge was down in the crowd, and I remember sending him a picture. That was funny. I took a picture of you, and you
Saturday,
you are higher than me.
Saturday was the official jam birthday celebration /
jam
/ filming for Joe List documentary,
Mhm.
getting in all the good footage of Joe and people being fun and crazy.
Yeah, they I remember his name. Chappelle Lacey?
Mhm.
Did Oasis, Champagne Supernova. That was awesome.
Which was surprising yet also fitting because he's like very sort of whitewashed. He has he had like a hardcore band
Cool.
since he started comedy.
That's cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he's very much in that sort of realm.
They started playing the little guitar meandering intro for that song, and Dom's next to me, and I go, Oasis? He's like, yeah, I think it is. And then they start playing, and it's incredible. And then Josh Adam Myers goes, I forgot that there's two Joshes, not the Josh that's here. We got to start specifying. Goes, a black guy playing Oasis. That's 7 years of good luck. And I liked that.
Figs was on the Comedy Jam.
That was Sunday.
Well,
yeah, that was Sunday.
I mean, whatever. We don't have to go in order.
Okay.
I have other things.
Okay. We've been going in order.
Yeah.
Fine.
No. You know, go ahead. It's your show.
It's just I just wanted to wrap up on the Comedy Jam.
Oh, period.
No. Just like
do all of the. Okay, I got you.
About the Comedy
Yeah,
Jam
you got
stuff.
it. Yeah, let's do. Well, let's lump in all the comedy jams.
Figs did what did he sing?
It's all songs that I know, but don't know the names
he
of.
did Creed. Can you take me higher?
No.
Or the other one.
Was it a Creed? It might have been a Creed song, but I didn't know the song.
I don't remember. I just remember trying to take care of Fega because he went into the crowd and was not of well sound mind or
I
body.
noticed that.
Yeah, Figs did Creed and it was really good.
Yeah.
And he had a wig on. And I specifically because Josh has been building it up for months where he was like, I really like Mike Figs. I want to get him on the Comedy Jam for Skankfest. And I was like, that rules. And then every time I would see Figs here, I would be like, are you excited for the I didn't want to because I didn't know if he knew about it. So, I didn't want to, bring it up and be,
spoil it?
Yeah, whatever Josh was planning, I didn't want to, fuck with it.
I think that's the kind of thing that he has people prepare for a little while in advance.
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
I didn't know, so I was just...
Right. Be like, hey, never mind. And can we talk about my favorite part of the jam?
What?
Which was, we were set, and this time I was partaking in some substances. Sunday night, a bunch of us are hanging out in my room after I had wrapped up, and Alex goes, Mike Feeney and Tim Dillon are gonna do Proud Mary, and my exact reaction at the time is, let's fucking go! I was so hyped. I was so excited. I went, finally some good fucking music around here.
Oh, come on. Shane Gillis doing Dragula was pretty good.
Yeah, that one's all right. But it's not a song I know enough to get excited about, you know?
But
I get excited for that one, and Oasis, and Alanis Morissette, and maybe Brendan doing Blink-182 was fun.
It's about the lore behind it.
So what's the lore behind that one?
Just because he's talked about on the podcast before, that's his whenever he goes to a jukebox at a bar, he'll always do Dragula.
It's a good one. It is a good one. It's just not a song I know enough to get hyped for.
Yeah.
Whereas I made sure to be in the crowd for Proud Mary, and he does her whole. Tim Dillon, I think, did the whole intro. Where she's
they both
we're
did
gonna
the
make
intro.
it nice and easy, and then we're gonna wrap it up nice and rough, and then does the whole thing, and Alex goes up and dances.
That ruled that he popped in at the last minute there because he wasn't.
Yeah, and then was on our flight on the way home. Was on my flight on the way home.
Oh, I have. We can get into it later, but
Yeah.
I have more Tim Dillon.
For
Hell
sure.
yeah. So here's a couple of things I wanted to rattle off first.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I talked to Rosebud Baker and I was like, I'm excited. This on Saturday, I was like, I'm excited for you to be on Lady Regs, and she was like, oh, I'm not on that. She was like, I wouldn't do it I wouldn't be on a show called Lady Regs for $100,000. like, you couldn't fucking pay me to be on a show called Lady Regs.
Oh, I thought you knew that it was not her. You listed them to me.
No, I forgot. I just, in a moment of just, like, trying to connect, I was like, I can't wait for you to be on Lady Regs. And I was like, wait, do you know what that is? And she was like, yeah, of course. Like, what is it, Bobby Kelly's fucking bullshit? She was like, no, I wouldn't want to be on the female version of that.
That's great.
Do you just not know how to talk to women anymore?
How about you go die?
That hurt his feelings. That was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
That was crazy. I saw Rosebud. I've met her
it was
twice.
funny.
At this...
She was being nice about it. She wasn't being mean.
Right. No, of course. She
was on NNFA, and it was great.
Yeah, I've met her twice here, but I didn't know if we had met enough times to say that. Where it's like Sam Tripoli theoretically knows me from last year, but didn't know me from last year. And there was a part on Friday night where he went up to him and was like, "Hey, I work at GaS. My name's Mike," or whatever. And then Sam's like, "Oh, how long you been working at GaS?" He's like, "Oh, 4 years. I met my girlfriend here there." And I say hello. He's like, "Oh, you're a good-looking couple. I'd like to see you have sex one time." And I was like, "You know what? Sure.
And when they get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube,
We will. You guys won't see it, but Sam Tripoli, I'll give him a call."
So we're an hour in now. This is where it gets juicy.
But sorry to wrap up. Yes, it is. This is where it gets juicy. Let's hear it.
Saturday night. It was Sean Gardini's girlfriend's birthday, so we all go to this bar called the Rambler. And Shane was there, Reggie Conquest was there, Sam Tallent was there for a little bit, Nick Rochefort was there.
all the biggest urban comics.
Yeah. We took an Uber there with Beezer and Adrian Appalucci.
Two of the quietest people on earth.
Funny.
And the entire time Beezer was just like ranting and raving, and then Adrian would intermittently be like, "I fucking hate you. I hate you."
That's great.
Not like in a teasing way.
Yeah.
Endearing way.
Yes, I like that.
Because his wife works with her
Good to know.
intimately.
Oh,
Social
they film
media.
porn together.
I wish.
When they get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And so we get to the bar and we're hanging out for a while. And then I was talking to Ryan Shaner about this the next day, and he agreed. We were talking about the fact that Nate Marshall, when he gets drunk,
He gets extremely mean and belligerent.
no, his arms all of his limbs just kind of get wiggly and spaghetti like. He just kind of his way around life, like he does the car dealership.
Oh, the
balloon man.
wacky, wavy, inflatable arm guy.
That's exactly how he moves.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever witnessed it.
I
but that's
have
how
not.
he moves. Which also is why Naeem calls him gay, because he's like, your body's too free. You're not straight.
Yeah.
I guess he must have knocked over a beer bottle and it broke behind the bar.
Okay.
And the bartender started being like an asshole to him about doing that. And so Nate started to like talk back to him. And Chris Vega, God bless his heart, sensed a fight coming and was trying to stop Nate from like antagonizing him further.
That's not a sixth sense. That's reading the room. Whereas the first time was a sixth sense.
But he was like, it's his bar.
Yeah.
Like, he's allowed to react. It's his bar. But then, after everything calmed down, Nate was like, I'm sorry, I was being a dickhead. And then the guy actually started antagonizing him, like, trying to goad him into fighting.
Right.
And then we had to, like, pull them away from the situation because it was getting bad. In the middle of this, Josie is asking for one of the framed t-shirts that's on the wall.
Oh.
I'm like, lady, read a room.
That's crazy.
In the middle of us trying to stop a fight, she's like, I want that on the wall for $100. And we were like, can you not make things worse right now?
Yeah.
And then later in the night, so God bless Vega, he was there and he was like also the only one who can actually rip into Brian 6. Where he was like,
Who's squeaking?
Probably me rocking my chair.
That's sorry. It was bothering me.
he was like, how are you one of Shane's friends and he hired your wife to be on the show Tires? How is your wife funnier than you and she doesn't even do comedy?
Damn.
He was really ripping his asshole open.
Damn.
It was great. It was so... Vega's the only one that I can actually go toe-to-toe with Brian 6 talking shit.
Love it.
It was awesome. And then later in the night, Nick Rochefort was talking to one of the guys that I guess was associated with the bar. I don't know, in some capacity, because he was kind of involved in the fight with Nate that never ended up getting physical. But he was like, we were outside. It was like 3 a.m. at this point. Nick Rochefort is just sitting there. And he's like, the guy is rolling him a blunt, and he's like doing the black scent to him and like asking for the N-word pass, and the guy
my God.
But he's doing it in a way where the guy never picked up that he was like fucking with him, because Rochefort's like an artist at being able to do that. You know what I mean, Jorge?
Jorge and I were hanging out in the hotel patio courtyard at this point.
Yeah, you go first.
I don't have much for it. It's just a group of us meandered our way back to the patio. And Kim had a concussion, question mark?
Yeah, it was a whole to-do.
It was a whole to-do.
We got back after the jam, whatever. Got back to the Hampton Inn courtyard. Stanhope was already getting sauced up there with like maybe 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
Then us GaS Digital people get there.
Yeah.
And then some LA comics get there. And then it becomes like this weird mix of like LA, New York, and then you have the bi-coastal people like me and Kim and a couple other folks.
ATX.
Then the Austin people, the Creek people who were working Skankfest came too. So there was just every little part of the country was represented.
Yeah.
And it was just one big great hang that
one comedy orgy.
Yeah.
That all these kinds of different people were into, and at one point it was like Stanhope. Towards the end of the night, it got really crazy. It was Stanhope, Brian Redband, Annie Letterman, Maddie Smith,
Mike Feeney, probably
Nick Rochefort.
Yeah, Feeney and Cannon were there.
Feeney and Cannon, a couple other Josh Potter, a couple other LA people, like bigger LA people, and it was just this weird thing of like I don't know how Frank felt, because Frank and I were like the 2 non-comics there,
right?
And I was like, I don't feel like I belong in here. Like
Alex
I feel
and Harrington were there, were they not?
They left.
Oh.
At one point, because that was when, if you listen to the Dad Meet from there, that's when Tim was on his journey with MJ.
Yeah.
And so they all went to go hang out in the room together.
Cute.
So
I had to go to bed early.
Also at the bar, I forgot to mention this. I was talking to Joe DeRosa, and we had already had that argument earlier in the night about Bradley and Coops.
Mm-hmm.
Which
yeah. That's not the real name of it, but I know what you mean.
Disagreeing on.
I texted you that, didn't I?
Yeah, and then later, I went up to him again. I got another bone to pick with you, and he was like, "What is it now?" And I was like, "Do you hate Nirvana?" He was like, "No, I love Nirvana. What are you talking about?"
Where'd you get that?
Fucking Robbie Goodwin. Because when he does the impression of you and DeRosa, his impression of DeRosa is always that he hates Nirvana.
Weird. Also...
So I just thought that was like a thing that was known about DeRosa.
Oh, that's funny.
Just like you heard Robbie Goodwin's Brian Callen impression, and then you're like, you know what? He's probably spot on about Joe DeRosa as well.
No, but I just thought, because I feel like Robbie sometimes picks things up about certain comedians and then applies it to the impression.
Well, he overdoes it in the case of Sam Morrill's speech impediment.
That too.
I know, but I just assumed that he was off on the voice, but not.
I get
like
what you mean, which is Robbie seems like he has an encyclopedic knowledge of weird quirks that comedians have. I get what you mean.
Yeah, because Sam Morril does love the Knicks in an autistic way.
Yeah, and also has a very slight speech impediment, but it's not nearly as strong.
But I'm saying
as
that's a personal characteristic.
Yeah.
So like, I told him that I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love Nirvana too. I'm sorry. There's a comedian that does an impression of you that like always uses that, and he was like, who does an impression of me? And I was like, Robbie Goodwin. I don't know who that is.
You narked on Robbie and then had to have Joe DeRosa say he doesn't know who that is.
Well,
that
Robbie
is so
wasn't
fucked
there.
up.
Well, Robbie
that is
wasn't
so
there.
fucked up. Robbie wasn't there to defend himself.
No, if Robbie was there, that would have been way worse.
I was painted in a corner. I didn't know what to do.
I would have
Wow, dude.
I would have. No, I stand by him for this one.
Fuck
That's
you.
funny. I introduced myself to Joe DeRosa for the first time because he was on Great Hang, which is one of the pods that I recorded. And it took everything in my power to not go, people do impressions of us the same way. I don't think he would have appreciated it. But I go, hey, I work at GaS. We've never met, but I've you know.
Similar voices, similar food intake, similar body shapes. Yeah.
True.
So
Yeah.
let's get to the part
Yeah.
where
let's
I
see.
come in all beezed up to this hang,
Right. Oh, okay.
Jorge.
Mm-hmm.
I had been spending the last 6 hours with Brian Six and got a little attitude on me.
Uh-huh.
Because it kind of just rubs off on you. You just get into like a ball busty kind of energy after hanging out with Chris Vega and
Sure.
Brian Six for 6 hours. So I get back to the hotel. Jorge's hanging out with all the crew he just mentioned.
And Frank.
What do I do?
Oh boy.
Wait, this was Sunday?
This is Saturday night
Saturday
/ Sunday
night.
morning.
Saturday night, Sunday
Sunday
morning.
morning at like 3 or 4.
Oh, yes. He texted me. I was asleep. Let's hear it.
I want to hear his perspective.
No, you go first. You explain what you thought
I
happened.
don't remember what happened.
Let's hear it.
So, Vega, Rochefort, him, Michael, Jake, and I think maybe a couple other people pull in together, or at least the same time, and Josie. And I don't know if you know this, but when Michael drinks, he sort of
He gets a little bit.
loses control of his already not so great filter,
Yes.
and so he sort of.
That's why he got punched in the face that one time. We suspect.
So he's making a fool of himself to various
Who?
people. And at one point, he comes up to Maddie Smith and Annie Letterman, who and Maddie and Annie were absolute savages for the 2 days that they were there.
I heard they made fun of Lewis.
Yeah, they bullied Lewis into making Lewis cry, which was amazing.
Good.
He almost had to redo his makeup.
No.
Um,
That shit took time.
shout out Serafina.
Yeah.
But he comes up to Maddie Smith and goes says something about we should pull up at the Smoothie Center at the NBA YoungBoy and whatever the fuck show. And Maddie's just like, huh?
No, I was like, aren't you supposed to be at the fucking DC Young Fly show?
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
At the Smoothie Center.
Yeah, all this shit. And she's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, yeah, I saw an ad for it. And she's just like, she's completely out of the loop.
Right.
Because it wasn't like an actual.
It wasn't a While and Out
Yeah,
show.
it was just people adjacent to her. It's like when two comics are performing in the same place, but one's in an arena and the other one's in like a club.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, why can't I get like a guest spot, or why am I not at that
Sure.
green room hang, whatever the fuck. And every word Michael said just dug his hole deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And this was to a very mushroomed out Maddie Smith and Annie Letterman, who were just going off the rails.
Yeah.
So all the energies were just completely crazy.
They didn't even make fun of me. I just kind of sensed I was off and left.
Yeah,
Am I right?
they weren't even having fun with it. They were just like, "What the fuck's going on?" And Michael embarrassed himself.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny and it was. Frank and I got secondhand embarrassment from just like.
I would have pulled him away or inserted myself into the
Well,
conversation.
who else did I make a fool of in that hang?
Everyone.
Who?
There was I forgot the interaction was, but there was a small thing with Potter that was funny, but it was like it was funny.
I was.
Shout out
I feel like
Potter,
Frank
he
might
gave me
remember more.
mushrooms.
I was talking to Tristan most of the time.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Tristan
Tristan.
Bowling. Tristan Bowling had a great showing at Skankfest.
Yeah,
Me
he
and
was
him
the
were-
third in command from Shane Gillis and Serafina. I
Having a
feel
good
like.
conversation.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Naeem got in a big argument with Shane Gillis in the green room.
That's not
Naeem was
surprising.
on one.
He kept arguing with him about whether Roman Catholicism or Muslim is the true religion.
What the fuck? That's on both of them for
That's what-
doing that.
They were
That's what-
having fun with it.
That's what Skankfest is about.
Yeah, they were having fun with it, and then at one point it just started going over if white whites versus black, who founded America. And it was like Naeem and Chris Allen versus Shane and Chris O'Connor.
Mhm.
Neither founded America.
Lots of Chris's. Yeah, Drew. Yeah.
Also, me and Nate earlier in that day, we went to a spot called, I want to say Verdi Marti.
Oh yeah, that's a good place. I wanted to go there.
We went to. He got a po' boy. I got a muffaletta, and I love muffalettas now. They fucking rule.
Yeah.
I'll let your muff dive in my face.
Whoa.
But it was good
catching
up with Nate Marshall. Literally just hang out with him outside of the fest, getting a sandwich.
Yeah.
And hanging out and catching up.
Can I say some highlights from Sunday before the jam? Or before the end?
Before that, I was talking. Then we were in the lobby eating, and we ran into Zach getting ready for Spook Show, and Sam Tallent showed up. So we took the bus back to the venue.
Cool.
With Sam Tallent, and he was like, I was talking to them about the Comedy Works because that's where they're from Denver, and I was like, you guys feel like you got an advantage being at like what they consider the best club in the country? And they were like, yeah, I mean to a certain extent, but Sam is also like he's like extraordinary. He'd be an extraordinary anywhere.
Yeah. He's a very funny guy. He did like the whole. Part
he
of the
seems
reason
like a nice, genuine. Oh, I have a funny thing that I want to mention.
He built a good cult following doing like small off the wall rooms, not doing the clubs.
Yeah.
One of the shows that I got, it's tough with my schedule because they give me a list of like 18 A-list comics or like people that are high up in the hierarchy of Skankfest itself who want to record in my room. And then there's like 80 people on the wait list. And so there were a couple people that specifically DM'd me about being on the wait list. One was TTI, one was On the Gate, one ended up being Digital Bazooka. And all of those three I was able to fit in. People cancel last minute, and then I call them in. One was Some of This Is Bad, and I love that show, so that was cool. But like Digital Bazooka had Sean Gardini on. I won't say too much about it because it's not my place to talk about a pod that like hasn't come out yet. But the thing that he was prepared to do was prank call Sam Tallent and say that he was offered to do the naked roast. And can he come over can he be with him while he's getting ready to go out, to get naked and go out on stage? It was very funny. And also confirmed what I suspected, which is that Sam Tallent is just such a genuine, nice dude.
Yeah.
Saturday, I got to see Brad Williams on Tuesdays with Stories.
Hell yeah.
That was cool. My mom was very excited about that. I texted my mom that I was home from New Orleans, and she goes, "Did you take Brad Williams with you in your suitcase?"
Jesus Christ.
And I go, "No, but that would have been a good souvenir for you." That was pretty cool. And then what other shows did I? Oh, we went on the Gravitron Sunday.
Yeah, we're standing on the Gravitron.
We were standing on the Gravitron. It was great. That was the only ride experience that I got, and I needed it. I needed to be shook. It was great. And then the GaS booth was doing great. We haven't talked about the GaS booth yet. So all of our friends, most of our first-timer friends were in charge of the GaS digital booth, which is a first-time appearance at Skankfest. So I got to go over to them and see like AJ and Karen and Dom. Serafina, Josh. Karen said that people were recognizing her. Shout out Karen. Good for her. And then Sunday night, I guess, I don't know. What else is there to do?
I have a Sunday.
Let's hear it.
Literally,
Oh, you go first?
Go ahead.
No, dude. I was going to say because Sunday was... The knick-knack went off crazy.
Oh, yeah. Do-rag and dad beat.
Rap.
And
rap
the
too.
Skanks with the comedy contest we haven't talked about
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
Pageant?
The contest.
Yeah.
We should start with that.
Well, first, this was in the morning before that.
This was also in the morning. Oh, it was like midday.
This was Sunday morning. I said what up to Jay, and because he was hanging outside of our hotel room, and he was hanging out, and so he was talking to Fitzsimmons and Voss and Bonnie, and then this like Escalade pulls up, and Bonnie and Rich get in, the Escalade, and Fitzsimmons goes, "You're getting an Escalade to brunch? What kind of big dick shit is that?" It was so funny. Greg Fitzsimmons rules.
I did not know him. I had a mix-up with him recording in the booth where I thought that he was Friday night, but I told him Sunday night. So I corresponded with him a lot. Then he was on Dan St. Germain and
Sean Donnelly.
I was going to say Sean Patton. Sean Donnelly's podcast, and he was incredible on that, and we bonded over Boston stuff. And then he ended up canceling his show anyway. However, I'm a newfound fan of Greg Fitzsimmons for sure. We have a mutual friend,
Fitz dog,
from my time in Boston. Go ahead. Sorry, that was not necessary of me.
What?
Any of that. Go ahead.
I was waiting for you to go.
I didn't need to include that story at all. That was boring.
The comedy contest was great. GMike pulled out all the stops hosting.
I missed it.
He pulled a fake, no, guys, I don't even want to go on stage, no.
Yeah.
And then immediately crushed.
Yeah.
Alex took it by a country mile. She was so funny.
But no one bombed.
Well,
No one bombed.
Jake didn't do great.
Yeah, but he didn't eat shit.
Yeah, Jake would have crushed like an Austin open mic.
He said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one ate shit. And I think that's a huge win for everybody.
Yeah, big win.
I also suspect that Dave didn't really give him much
No, not at all.
to work with.
No, he was
Dave
doing
barely
this...
Dave barely gives you and Robbie anything to work with.
Speaking of which, we did part of the problem Sunday. I got to be downstairs to produce that, even though live there's not really much for me to do. However, they made a bunch of predictions of like what cultural shit we're going to be talking about this time next year, so I wrote down to check on that next year before the episode.
Nice.
That was cool. I always like being there for that.
Yeah, you said he was pretty drunk.
He's always pretty drunk. Not in life, I just mean at live events.
Speaking of pretty drunk, Tommy Pope got tuned up.
Mm-hmm.
I went up to him at one point and I was asking about cologne, and he was clearly not really
Receptive,
with it.
yeah.
And I was like, what's going, and then like he was like, oh, I'm blackout. And I'm like, that's very aware of you for being blackout drunk.
Yeah.
And he was so drunk by the end of the night that it rekindled Ryan Shaner and Brian Six's friendship.
That's incredible. The great equalizer.
Where Ryan Shaner ran into him trying to order an Uber to the hotel that he was standing outside of, and it wasn't working. And Shaner told Beezer that story, and they immediately became friends again.
Wow. What a beautiful world. What a wonderful world.
Speaking of which, when we were in the cab going to that bar, we were trying to guess. We asked the taxi driver what his ethnicity was. We were trying to guess what African country.
Was he into it or was he annoyed?
He was fine with it, but we were like trying to make bets.
Yeah.
Which was pretty funny. Let's see, what else do I have anything else? Oh yeah, the next day, following the Maddie Smith embarrassment, Jorge was talking to her in the green room, and he was just like asking her, "Oh, what do you got planned for today?" And I thought he was asking you.
Yeah.
So I will walk up behind Maddie, thinking it was you, to give like a behind hug.
Yeah.
And as I got way too close when I realized that it was Maddie, so I quick turned around and I was like, "Oh, hey, sorry about last night."
Should have just said, "Hey, I thought you were my girlfriend. I'm
sorry."
No,
because of the awkward interaction that happened the night before. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking disaster.
And it was.
Jorge?
I feel like if you acknowledged it, it would have helped.
No.
You don't think so?
There is nothing going to save that.
Well.
That would have been better than saying all the stuff you said instead.
Well.
Here we are.
He accused her of being blackout the night before. And she was like...
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was she just on drugs?
She was just on mushrooms, and she doesn't drink anymore.
I said I was blackout.
Brother.
You think that? Are you sure that's not what he said?
Brother. It's 2 versus 1 right now.
Whatever.
Maybe you thought you said that.
I thought I said that.
Because you be thinking a lot, but then doing the opposite.
Well, I guess I'm not invited back next year.
You're kicked out of the house.
Sunday night.
House of Mad.
Are you kicked out of the House of Mad?
I wish.
Anyway, there was no staff song this year, which none of us were upset about.
Wait.
What?
Oh my goodness, the Knick-Knack stage this year.
What happened?
So Sunday, Dad Meat crushed. Dad Meat always probably one of the best shows of the festival. It was cute. It was funny. There was laughter. There was tears.
There was Tubbs.
Shout out Mr. Tubbs. Mr. Tubbs' appearance this year was amazing.
Legendary.
Lots of people very happy to see him. But Sunday before that was also the rap reunion featuring Louis J. Gomez, Zach Amico, Dave Smith, Big J. Okerson, Bobby Kelly, Dan Soder, and a surprise appearance by Tim Dillon. And they read parts of Lewis's upcoming book, Knives and Spoons.
Uh-huh.
And it was probably the funniest 46 minutes that has been put together in a long time.
Zach said the same thing.
It was all all pure jokes. Everybody was crushing. Every time Zach spoke, except for one time, absolutely leveled the room. And the one time he didn't, it got made up for later on.
Okay.
It was pure euphoria.
Yeah.
Better or worse than the Skanks table read?
See, the difference between it is that the Skanks table read was they had a set thing to read, all these different characters and everything. All these different people were involved, and it was a whole spectacle.
Right.
It started almost an hour late because Lewis was doing the fights. Believe it or not, Dave Smith showed up early, and of course that was
Wow.
wasted.
Yeah.
So it started.
The Daves I know breaking racial stereotypes about who's late.
So it started late and ended early because Lewis busy boy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so compact and perfect.
Yeah.
Like such a great little capsule of like. It was just everything that needed to be done, and they originally printed like I think 5 or 6 chapters, and they only read
2.
Yeah, like 2.5.
That's funny. That makes me feel better because originally it was like Knives and Spoons reading. I'm like, oh, what a downer. Like it's not a funny book, right?
Yes and no. It's not meant to be funny, but
Exactly.
if you know
Anytime
Lewis.
And anytime a comedian tries to be genuine, they're gonna make fun of it.
Exactly.
So like it opened with the foreword written by Bobby Kelly,
Who was there?
Oh.
and they had to skip portions of it because every time it would get too sentimental and quote unquote real, everybody would just rip into it.
Yeah.
And so every sentence took 5 minutes to get through.
How far did they get?
They did maybe like 3/4 of the forward, and then they did maybe like 3/4 of every chapter that they did.
Yeah.
Of like the 2 chapters that they did.
How many chapters did they do? Like, how far in the book did they actually get?
They chose certain ones. Like it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that sounds even better.
Yeah,
Because
I
if they
like
had
that.
tried to go like from the beginning and then just get as far as they could, that would suck.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they kind of cherry picked it actually helps.
Yeah.
I was gonna say also, speaking of the Disney World area,
Yeah.
this is such a dumb observation, but the music that was just in there was so ambient and perfect. It
That
wasn't
was
too loud. It wasn't too quiet.
that was
just
the
right.
people who were from the venue were in charge of that because I had to tell them to turn it down at a point because I could hear
Oh.
it from behind the booth. They were very polite about it, but they were in charge of that.
Anyway, anything else, Jorge?
Just some housekeeping. There is no caffeine in the Beast Monster alcoholic beverage.
Right.
And Mardi Gras World was opened by some guy named something Kern in the 40s to house all the floats from all the big parades.
They're still in there.
And they're still in there. And it's essentially just a giant warehouse for events now. Plenty of, lots of episodes of Top Chef were filmed there.
Oh.
For big episodes and
Cool.
a couple different major parties.
That makes
Love
sense.
that. We recorded The Thing Is Ding with a
Ding.
ghost hunter.
That guy ruled.
That guy was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, he even said, he was like, I'm so glad Skankfest came here because New Orleans has lost a lot of big like festivals.
I was really shocked that
lately.
he said that.
And he was like, so this has been well needed.
Yeah. He was he ended up being really cool. I didn't know what to expect. When Shannon was like, "Hey, there's this ghost hunter I want to get on the show who lives in New Orleans." That was very cool. And yeah, pretty much it.
Flight back, no problems.
Yeah, you want to talk about the last jam? Anything else? I did.
What was the last? Oh, we talked about the figs.
Yeah,
and
there was Figs. Brendan did Blink
Brendan did
182.
that.
Proud Mary.
There was no staff
Dragula.
song.
There was no staff song. None of us were upset about it. Were you?
You were upset.
No, I wasn't.
You were crying. You were like, no.
No, I'll be
be on
honest when I
stage.
cry. I'll be honest when I cry at Skankfest. We all remember me being sad I couldn't get into the strip club. I did not really give a shit. I was on too many substances. Just kidding. It was only the one substance, but too much of it.
But yeah, last jam was fun
We walked back. That was fun. Hung out in the patio.
with Danny Braff.
The timing was good. I was saying to Jorge, I'm like, this shows that I've grown because normally I'd be like, no, I don't want it to end. I want it to go on forever, all night. I never want it to be over. And after they did whatever the actual last song was, it was after Bohemian Rhapsody, wasn't it? There was one more after that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. But I went perfect amount. Find our way home. hang out in the courtyard for a while, chill out. Jorge and I spent the day together on Monday. Mike and I got some breakfast too. We had a date.
Yeah, beignets.
We got beignets. It was when we got to the Café du Monde location that was closest to us that we realized it was in a mall food court. But beignets are beignets. They taste the same. It's just the location that's different.
I found out I'm not a big fan of fried dough.
No one is surprised. Starch has never been your thing. I love a starch.
Jorge?
Favorite food group.
What'd you eat, Jorge?
You love to drink sugar, but
Oh,
you hate
tell us about your accident.
Nah, we don't have to get into that.
But then you couldn't eat lunch.
I had an incident at the Jam.
That was funny.
We don't have to get into it.
Jorge,
But I injured my face.
Jorge pulled a mic 2 years ago.
I injured my face, and this was what 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago now, and I still, it's better, but not.
Yeah,
as great.
it's right here.
I feel bad.
My cheek.
Yeah, and then we had lunch together the next day.
I had
and I'm
a
like,
date-
you want to eat some of this? And he was like, I can't.
I had a date with photographer Andrew,
Oh.
Right.
and we went to NOLA Po' Boys. I got a delicious dumpster po' boy and seafood gumbo. Both
Love
things were
it.
amazing, but I couldn't really eat, so I ate. I muscled through half the sandwich and maybe 3/4 of the gumbo.
Mm-hmm. That's more than I thought.
That's pretty impressive.
Well, it's because the gumbo I was just like drinking
Soup.
and I was just like trying to chew the tiny bites of rice. Like, then we went to Dr. Bob's Art, whatever, which is a pretty big place, and it's like a whole junkyard. And the guy is famous for his style of art, which
I should have gone.
if you look around, you'll note New Orleans. You'll notice like his stuff around.
Yeah.
But Andrew wanted to go to get something for his lady.
Oh.
And it was a cool experience. Then we went to a record store that I was like, I'll check it out. I ended up getting a shirt, and I almost bought a cassette of a band that hasn't existed in like forever, and it's a very hyper local to Orange County band called MHV, which some people, if you're aware of the band The Garden, it's Garden adjacent. They were part of that.
Okay.
Back when they were teeny
Cool.
boppers.
And then
we went to meet up with Natalie at the Bloody Mary Haunted
museum
Voodoo tour.
and voodoo shop. It was very small, but I would say it was we didn't have much walking in us.
It
So
was small, but they knew how to use it.
exactly. It was definitely haunted. There was this British guy who was also walking around who I wanted to introduce to Shannon. He seemed like her type, although not quite as beefy, but like very
Not tall enough.
yeah, not tall enough, but pretty muscular British guy with a bunch of tattoos was telling us that he was like, the only room that I felt something in was in the doll room. His story was pretty cool. I am going to tell it. He was listening to the guided tour like through the app, and it was like, when you get to this room with all the dolls in it, the leader is, I still don't remember her name, Becky. One of the dolls has a name. And it was like, and the leader is Becky, and you see she has like a name tag, and he said that he heard that, he looked for her in the room and spotted her and pointed to her, and he said all the hairs on his arm stood up. And so that was pretty cool. I told Shannon that, and
Yeah.
she appreciated it.
I don't know if you recall, but when we went upstairs and I went to the doll room, I also let out like a little scream.
Yes.
And I got scared.
You said that it was because the closet. Oh, no, you're right.
No, I got
Different room.
Yeah, different room. That was upstairs. Like, I got scared when I went into the doll room because there was so much going on in there.
Yeah.
I'll let you take a little bit over for the rest of
That
the
was
tour.
it. We didn't get the app. There was like a printout and there were numbers on the walls where you could read about the different sections. I need to research Marie Laveau.
She's a big figure in.
Big figure, yeah.
I got scared and had to run out.
Yeah, Jorge had to meet us in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Scaredy cat.
Yeah. See, it's not that I'm scared of scary things. It's just like it's more fun to have fun with it.
Yeah, and if you have fun if you believe it, and if you
Yeah.
believe it too hard, you might be kind of scared.
But also like that, I was trying to have fun at first when we first went. I was like, I'll do whatever this gay ass tour. But then I was actually getting scared.
It was a good place. It was a good room.
If it was dark out, I would have shit my pants.
Yeah, they close at 5.
Yeah.
I got Sabrina a gift from the gift shop, and then Jorge and I got lunch at a place that was primarily a bakery, But I got red beans and rice, and that was really good.
It was a bougie black-owned business.
Yes.
That took 9 hours to make food.
Right.
Where everyone
Black woman owned, I would say.
Yeah, everything in New Orleans took forever for food, but this place in particular, for
Took
the
a
fact
really fucking
there
long
was
time.
like 3 other people in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And as Zach says, that's the best. You want that.
Jorge,
You know it's gonna be good.
Jorge got ice cream fruit stuffed beignets.
Yeah.
What?
Good.
I would have gotten that.
Yeah, I took a picture of it that I was gonna send to you.
I wanted to get the Banana Foster as well.
Yeah. But this was good. Like I said, probably not the pinnacle of red beans and rice in New Orleans, but it was pretty good. It was what I wanted. That's it.
I have to go.
Yeah, that's all of it.
We're gonna
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I made a fool of myself, but you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Had a
was
great
not your
time.
most embarrassing Skankfest by any means.
Sure.
Okay, final thoughts, final wrap up, and would you want to run it back in NOLA?
I would
Yeah,
run it back in NOLA. I know we probably won't, but
I do.
the place is great. It made me want to go on a leisure trip to New Orleans.
Yeah, venue was perfect. People were perfect.
Yeah, it was really fun. I like the rides. I like the
Shows
locale.
were perfect.
You're perfect, Mike.
Follow GaS Digital now on YouTube. Get us to 1,000. We're almost at 900 right now, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Do the 900.
yes.
Tony Hawk.
Natalie DeChico edits on Instagram. Watch my other podcast. That's hot.
Follow the GaS Digital accounts at GaS Digital on Instagram and Twitter, and YouTube would be at GaS Digital Network for the coming soon Skankfest project doc and more classic clips. And yeah, that's it.
Jorge?
I got nothing.
Not even shows you work for?
Subscribe to GaS Digital and watch the Madhouse exclusives.
Okay. Bye, everyone.